You want to talk about Crytek, the makers of Crysis and Rise, not paying their staff and canceling Rise 2?
Oh, God. Okay, so I mostly picked this just because I think it's a larger statement on, like, AAA game making and big studios. But
how fragile they are?
How fragile they are, and they are fragile exactly because they feel like they have to make these AAA games that, you know, squeeze budgets down to the last penny and go over and stuff like that. But basically, Crytek UK staff has not been paid full wages since April. They got partial wages in the middle of June, and then they were supposed to get the rest of some wages at the end of June, and they never saw them. These are the guys who made Crysis. These are the guys who made Rise. They were working on Rise 2, and they're currently working on Homefront Revolution, the sequel to that shitty THQ game that absolutely no one needed a sequel to. And that, I think, speaks volumes. The reason why you can't pay your fucking staff on time is because you're making shit no one needs, that no one asked for, that no one wanted. You canceled a game that didn't get particularly good reviews, and then you dumped off a bunch of staff and pulled a bunch of staff in to work on a game that no one else asked for, and you can't get money? You can't get money to these people? You don't have budgets for these shit games?
I always looked at the Crysis series as, holy shit, there's great graphics. There's no game. There, you know, like one of those.
And I had heard, I believe it was from someone that Crytek had also recently mentioned. They do not mention it in this article, so I'm going off on hearsay here, but they were talking about moving into free-to-play. And that would considerably, I think, free-to-play, I don't think is really panning out for a lot of people. I think that's starting to show as a poor trend.
Well, you can't sustain yourself if these are huge titles.
Right.
I mean, I'm just flabbergasted. First of all, I totally forgot Homefront existed.
Yeah.
That's like the Red Dawn game, basically.
Yeah. So you ready for the sequel? Are we going to go wait in line at midnight? Day one? We going to get this?
And this was more insane about it. They were working on it with, according to this article, 90 developers were working. 90 people on Homefront the Revolution. 90 people?
I can't wait to bro through this in one fucking night. Me and you, dog. We're gonna go hard.
We're gonna hide behind that blown out yellow bus on the streets, and we're gonna have a good old time.
We're paying $60 a piece, and we're gonna get one night's of gaming.
What is it? It's the North Koreans? Who is it supposed to be? Is it Chinese?
I think it's different this time.
The Chinese got pissed, so it became the North Koreans because we're allowed to piss them off.
But
what a disaster!
Yeah, so 40 staff have left, and issues with salaries have added to that number, is what they have been saying. They've also said that a number of people had been promoted, but the promotion was really just kind of a scam, because if you get promoted, you receive a small boost in wages. Okay. Yet you have to give 3 months before you leave because they're bleeding staff.
That's hysterical.
So
that's ingenious.
So their answer was promote people, but then tell them that they need to give 3 months notice before they quit.
So it's basically 3 months of free workers.
Yeah.
With the promise of maybe paying you more.
You're trapped.
Yeah. That's. I would look at it and be like, wait a second. You didn't pay anyone else the past few weeks. You want me to stay? What?
So, anyways, I mean,
it's a shame.
All that means right now, I mean, is, you know, I feel bad for the employees, and I never really thought of. I mean, I don't pay attention to AAA games really, but I never thought of them as a company that would run into these problems. I guess the reason I thought that is just because Crysis, and I've never played them. Crysis 2, Crysis 3, they were all considered to be fairly decent games by people who had played them. I never had, but then to see this going on. Yeah, I mean, big loss, I guess, for everyone with an Xbox One. They don't get Rise 2. Microsoft said, well, you know, depending on things, we may still find a way to get that done. I don't know, through another developer who owns the rights to it.
Yeah,
but,
who's going to do it?
But the thing is it wasn't a game that anyone particularly loved. So that's the thing with this shit. So many of these AAA studios now think, we made a game, now we're going to make a sequel to the game. Because that's what we have to do, because that's what video games do, but also, secretly, it's because we already have the assets for it, and we don't have to put a whole lot of work into it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But still, with that, what is it, Homeland?
Homefront,
not Homeworld. It's not Homeworld. It's not that cool Homeworld game.
Little House on the Prairie.
Jesus, just run your business better. If you come out with one game that's successful, Just stop. Sometimes just stop.
Yeah.
You think Leland Corporation went back to Danny Silva's Indie Heat 2? No. They had their hit. They got it done. They had an instant classic, and they moved on. What's so difficult about that?
Are you clipping by any chance? I don't think so. You're just coming through very loud right now.
Follow Leland Corporation's brilliant move. That's what I'm saying.